few things happened this week, so I'm not sure where to start. We been very busy, preparing for arranging for a Chinese class. I think Peter is going, aren't you?
Yes.
We're excited because there's a chance to go to a professional Chinese class not too far from here after lunch. We highly encourage you to attend the Chinese class because to learn more about Chinese and the Chinese culture. The Chinese language has a store, has a treasure of wisdom that unless you understand the language, it's very difficult to penetrate. So it has a lot of profound teachings that the Asians like. Since some of you have been exposed to similar languages already, are familiar with, are privy to. So we encourage you to do that. Starts at 12:30 until like 2 o'clock, something like that. Okay. So it's available to everyone. All right. So Thomas has more information, or ask around if you're interested. Also, we are very close to finalizing the Chan Handbook. This is the first time that I noticed that we have a book that really clearly spells out from A to Z how to meditate. It turns out that most of the meditation books out there is not as complete as the one we prepared because it arises from the need that I had in the several years of practice, many years of practice, that to have a picture of what meditation is about. So we spent a lot of time preparing, but it took many years, and it took a lot of people that worked on that, and I'm very happy with the results. I think we have something that is useful for a wide range of people. It sounds like it's from beginners. The beginners, we have information because we want to make sure that you have all the details that you want. If you want to find out about meditation, what it can do for you, then this book will enable you to understand the fundamentals of meditation, what meditation is about. Okay? And also it has complete information because usually meditation as the way it's taught is not balanced, it's not complete. So it also, so you find out more about what meditation, the techniques, and really what meditation stands for. And so from the beginners to the advanced practitioner, they have a lot of information. It is information for everyone. It's buried in there because it presents you the complete picture of meditation. So I'm very proud of it. And I think we took a bunch of very nice pictures. I look at the pictures and I go, wow, these pictures are so nice. Well, we better get their autograph before they become famous one of these days. All right. So, what is meditation? Meditation, I submit to you, meditation is a necessary part of life. Okay. If for young people like Mikado, I would submit to you, I would tell you, Mikado, meditation will make you happy. Okay? Because meditation is a process that helps you build mental strength. This is an exercise of mental strength. Okay? If you want to do anything in life, you need to put your mind to it, right? And therefore, your success depends on how much strength, how much mental strength you can bring to the table on any undertaking. Okay? So physically, for example, regular people, we all agree on the importance of physical exercise. We all know, even though we hate to admit it, that we're supposed to go to the gym and exercise because it's good for our body. If you go to the gym regularly, at first it's kind of hard because it's hard, it's tough on your body. But once you get a hang of it, after 1 or 2 months of regularly going to the gym, your body is on a different mode, and you're a lot more efficient physically. Okay? And your health improves. So you're taking care of your physical health by going to the gym. So meditation is an exercise of the mind that will make your mind healthier. Therefore, I just proved to you, I just demonstrated to you that meditation is, or similar exercise, similar kinds of practices are necessary for your mental health. And this is what most people do not realize. Okay? Especially your parents didn't know that. That's why your parents invested in your education, invested in your physical well-being, but they never invested in your mental training. And that's why life is so hard, isn't it? Except for Christy. For the rest of us, life is such a struggle. Have you noticed? It is so overwhelming. Life can be so overwhelming. Do you agree with that? I find life so overwhelming. It's so hard every day. So much struggle. So many challenges. Isn't that right? It's because no matter what you have, no matter how well you do, you still are unhappy deep down, aren't you? You still are dissatisfied. You still more. You still want more. And I noticed that after all these years of practices and understanding more about meditation and liberation and suffering, I look closely and see how life is so overwhelming for the majority of the people on this earth. We can't handle it. Okay? And I believe it's because you are ill prepared for the challenges of life. In your education, our parents never trained us to handle the challenges of life. Because they don't know how to do it themselves. Okay? We pass on our value system, our ways of life, and our beliefs to our children. And therefore, I remember how, or I watch, and I'm still amazed at how much children simply reflect the parents' attitude. For example, you want to become kinder, because if you're not, your son will also be just like you, not a kind person. And that makes life very difficult for your own son. Because if you're not kind to people, people will not be kind to you. Okay? How do you become kinder? To become kind is also a mental exercise. Okay? You recognize you're not kind. You recognize that you have this understanding, this perception, these beliefs that justifies you in not having to be kind towards someone. And all it takes is for your children to see that in you and say, okay, then that's normal because my parents are like that, therefore it's perfectly okay. They look up to us. You're a teacher, same thing. The way you treat the other students, your students, will be imitated by your students. Okay? So, I feel that the parents or the teachers or the people who are in a position to help and want to contribute to society, they need to put more emphasis on the mental training. Okay? Buddhist meditation is more than mental training. I will tell you why I teach meditation. My personal goals in teaching meditation is not to turn you into a stronger person, turn you into a winner, because you will become a winner if you learn meditation. You learn meditation from most meditation teachers, you become stronger mentally. So you can do that. Okay? I teach meditation. We teach meditation to share with you what we know. How to become stronger mentally. Yes, you can learn meditation anywhere, but they can bring you, the teacher will bring you to their level of incompetence. They can take you so far. They can show you so much. Okay? And so we see that a lot of the teachers reach a plateau and they can bring you to so far. Okay? here is the thing about meditation teachers from the Chinese tradition as well as in the Buddhist meditation tradition. You know that the accomplished meditation teachers shun the limelight. They don't want to be known. They prefer not to be known. That's why they don't advertise themselves. They don't want to draw attention to themselves. They defer recognition to the other teachers. Okay. For example, there is a very, very accomplished and very well-known meditation teacher back then in China, and he was so well-known that the Chinese emperor, who admired his virtue, back then in the old days, emperors, good emperors, recognized virtue. Recognize they love virtuous people. Okay, look at their priorities in life. These are the people that we aspire to be, right? Most of us aspire to be rich, wealthy, and powerful. They got it all. And then what's important to them? They value virtuous people. Okay, so he heard of this Chan master, and so he says, "This is Chan master that everyone tells me to be an accomplished teacher. So I want to sponsor him." So he issued a royal decree, imperial decree, and said, and send it to the Chan master, and asking him to move to one of the biggest temple in the empire back then, and to become the abbot of the temple. So he gave the temple to that particular Chan master by imperial edict. He says, "This is I, emperor, ask you to become the abbot of, more or less, the biggest temple I have in my empire, the most well-known temple in my empire. Emperors can do that." And so guess what the Chan master said? He refused. He refused flat out. He says, "Thank you very much, Your Highness." I'm not quite sure how he addressed the emperor, but he says, thank you so much. I'm very honored. But I'm not a worthy monk. Okay? I'm not worthy of this. I'm not worthy of your attention. I'm not even a worthy monk. And my eyes are weak. My hearing is bad. I'm so happy to stay here in the mountains, eating vegetables. By the way, you don't have to worry about it. In Mikado today, you have good lunch. Just eating vegetables and drinking water. Please give it to this other monk. Who is very good. He deserves it a lot more than I do. So look at that, how beautiful it is. This is a monk who is so accomplished as a Chan meditator. And he says, "No, I don't want to be famous. I don't want to go and do these things, because they're things that is not the most important thing for me to do in life." And he's so nice. He says, look at the humility and the modesty. this monk. And then he truly is a decent monk as well. He referred the emperor to another accomplished Chan master as well. And for the emperor's need. That's kindness, right? Okay. It's compassion. Right? He's trying to help people get what they want. Going back to my point is that the accomplished Chan masters shun limelight. They don't want to be famous. Fame and gain are meaningless to them. Okay, and this is what I admire about the Chinese cultures, about the Chinese Chan school, meditation school, because it is replete with so many accomplished Chan practitioners who shun the limelight. Okay. And that therein lies the problem, meaning that the meditation teacher you're aware of, it's very hard to find a competent meditation teacher, and that's why the bottom line meditation is about to train your mind to become stronger. Okay, and so your skill level is limited by the knowledge of your Chan teacher. And the accomplishment level of the Chan teacher. Because Chan is about doing. You can talk about exercising, physical exercises, and going to the gym. You ask a lot of people, they say, yeah, I know it's important, that I understand I must go to the gym. But for you to commit to doing it, and to do it regularly is a very difficult thing to do. Isn't that right? Right? It's so difficult. You need to commit to it. You need to get up and go there, even though oh my God, I don't feel like putting on my makeup. I feel like my hair is a mess today. Or for us men, it's the Olympics are on today. What are you doing? What are you talking about? It only happens 4 times a year. 4 years, once in a year. So we have all these excuses. This is such important sports programs that we need to keep track of. Otherwise, our team will lose. Okay? Our team cannot win without our mental support. Okay? So you have so many excuses not to go to the gym. What is that called? Lack of mental discipline. Okay? So you have to do it before you get a physical benefit. The same thing. Even if you do it, then the next level is that you need to do it the proper way. Just doing it alone is not enough, right? If you do it, you don't have the proper training technique. You keep on, you reach a level when you plateau. You can no longer make progress. All right, and to me, it's a waste of time. I feel, this is personal belief, okay? Maybe it's from my Asura nature. You know what Asura is? They like to win, they like to fight, they like to compete. And they love to compete and they love to fight, and I usually add, they love to win, okay? For today's, for modern times. So they love to so it's my nature, maybe it's part of my nature, is that when I do something, I want to continue to grow. I want to continue to progress. Otherwise, I would be dissatisfied. Okay? Growth is the spice of life, as far as I'm concerned. For young people like Mikado, who's, how old are you now? 13, right? 14. You're just about at the peak of your physical, I don't know what's the doctors and medical people say. Roberta, maybe you'll be able to help. I heard somewhere, read somewhere that 13 is an age where you reach your peak physically. Everything is peaking. And after that, Mikado is just like the rest of us. We decline.
I missed out on that one. I never heard that one.
We decline physically, actually. We didn't, So it's a physical deterioration. Okay. And that's what you can look forward to it. But what you're finding is that, proven by the Taoist practice. Okay, now Peter's interested. Looking at the Taoist literature and practice, the Taoists figure out a way to extend their life. They lengthen their lives considerably by thousands or 10,000s of years. Okay? By training the mind. By training the mind. How? You have to talk to them. I'm no Taoist. Okay, see, Peter is interested right away. See, we do this because it makes sense. Because there is knowledge out there that actually, I'm confirming this because I heard it from my teachers. Okay, especially my teacher, Venerable Shenhua. He says that you practice Taoism, they have the practice where you can live 10,000 years. And they're called immortals. Okay? They live for a very long time. They live a long time. How? Because they train the mind so that it lengthens the life. It slows down the death. That's what it does. My point is that physically we die, Mikado, after, starting next year, you start deteriorating. It's wonderful. That's about the wonders of life. Okay. Enjoy and you're welcome to the club. Okay. So that's why I look at my mind and my goodness. Let's make her happy until she understands. And then then it's not too late then to break the back nose to her. The point here is that the Taoist has now I realize I just started another wave of defection. Now a lot of people then I'm gonna go to the Taoist temples now and learn about how to lengthen my life. Okay? Wouldn't you like to know how to lengthen your life? Yeah? Maybe? Okay. But I have 2 points here. Number one, there is a way to lengthen your life by purifying your mind. That's how to do it here. By purifying your mind. Because if you purify your mind, then you slow down the deterioration of your body.
You talk about purifying mind means empty-minded?
Yes.
Empty-minded?
Yes. Yes.
So you empty your mind?
Yeah. There's one way to purify the mind is keep it empty. Right? That's the ultimate form of purification is to empty it. Okay?
So when you meditate, you empty your mind.
That's right. When you meditate, you empty your mind, therefore you lengthen your life. Right there. You slow down your death. Right away. At that very moment you're meditating, you're slowing down your death, your decay.
So you don't think anything, just empty your mind.
Now you cannot be really interested. That's right.
It's very hard for me to do it because
It's very hard to do. Yeah, if you think about the Chinese class this afternoon, and there's this wonderful lunch that we're serving for you, that routine has working feverishly to prepare for us. Okay? Yes, but it's more involved than that. So let's say we just talked about the fact that you lengthen your life, you make your mind stronger through mental exercises. Okay, that's important to understand that. The second question I ask of you is that now you're aware of the fact you can lengthen your life. Okay? You become stronger. The real question is what? Anyone? 2 words. Or 1 word. No equivalent. What for? What for? Right? What's the point? Why do you want to live longer? Why do you want to make your mind stronger? What for? What for? You see, that's what brought me to meditation in the first place. I wanted to learn how to become stronger mentally and physically. Okay? Become healthier, become less stressful, less stressed out. Okay? That's what brought me to meditation. That's the only simple goal. I said, I want to learn how to take care of myself, how to train my mind and make it stronger, make it grow. And then, so I lucked out because I learned from a person who a very accomplished Chan teacher, and also happened to be very famous back then as well. Amazingly, it was a very rare combination. And how kind he was. That Master Hsuan Hua, my Chinese teacher, is such an accomplished Chan meditator, and yet he was very famous. Because we lucked out. We lucked out in that he has to become famous so that people can come and receive training from him so that he can propagate Buddhism. His mission, the reason he came to this world is because he wanted to bring Buddhism to the West. So that's why he has to become famous. Not for himself, but for Buddhism. And so I learned from, I encountered his teachings, and later on, then I realized that he's one of the most accomplished meditation teachers I've ever seen. I've studied under. Okay. There's one more, which I believe is slightly higher, but the point here is that I learned from him and realized that afterwards, when I encountered the other meditation teachers, except for one, I realized that his training techniques and his knowledge of Chan is higher than all the other meditation teachers. What was fascinating about it? Yes.
you said when you have to meditate, you empty your mind, you purify your mind. So you don't think anything, just empty your mind and meditate. But then, what is meditation teacher for? If the principle of meditation is just empty your mind, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the technique.
Right.
What is the teacher for? Because if the principle is as simple as the techniques to say that, to just empty your mind. What extra additional factor is necessary to accomplish?
That's a tough question. I don't know. What's the use of having a teacher? Since now you know everything there is to know about meditation. Ask the lady there, what's the point? You also know, right? You're supposed to empty your mind and stop your mind, right? Yes, I'm talking to you because the Chinese, they talk to each other. They don't talk to, they don't pay attention. The two Chinese in front of me, they see how they listen and they talk to each other and they say, oh, you see how wonderful the master is talking about? And I can look at them and then don't pay attention to them. Anyway, 他们不理我. That's what the Chinese would say. They say, they don't pay attention to me. I just said that in Chinese. Anyway, now they're giggling, they're laughing. Anyway, you know the principle. You've been meditating, you know you're supposed to empty your mind. Okay? So what's the point of finding a teacher? What for? That's a good point. Right?
It's my fault, Steve.
What
It's my
for?
fault.
Yes. Help me out.
Reinforce what you're trying to learn, and give you some ways to do it better than you would do on your own.
Reinforce it. Reinforce the teaching, meaning that you must meditate every day. And Peter says, yes, okay, I hear you. I will meditate every day. I will promise to meditate every day. And then Peter still asks you, now I know that. Now I'm doing that. What is it? What do I need a teacher for? Right?
That's right.
Yes, friend.
You get stuck in locked states. You don't know where you get stuck. It's like driving a car and you just know how to drive, but you don't know where you're going. So sometimes you think, oh yeah, I got there, but you really didn't get it.
I'll give you an example. Okay? Here's an example. You drive a car. Okay? And you come in. Yeah. I think that. You drive a car. Okay. Come greet her. Ask her if she's Chinese, Vietnamese, or English is okay, stuff like that. Okay. You drive a car. You know how to drive.
Yes, I know.
You know you're supposed to stay in your lane.
That's right.
Right? You're supposed to observe the speed limit. Right? That's what you need to know, right?
Right.
But what if you happen to have an accident? Somebody rammed you from behind. You know how to handle it?
Yes, I can handle it. Yes.
My point here is that you do know the rules, you know what you're supposed to do.
Yes, I
Okay? But it's more to that about meditation. The difficulty about meditation is that even though you know what to do, but what is not clear to you is that in meditation, through meditation, okay, it is a journey that as you follow the instructions, you run into obstructions, you run into problems.
The problem is the problem that you keep thinking about, right?
The problem is that someone rams you from behind. The problem is someone comes at you, someone drives by and shoots at you. The problem is someone comes and the Russians send a missile towards you. Okay? Or a jihad take a bazooka and aims at you and shoots at you. What are you going to do now? Okay? The problem with meditation, just like everything else in life, is that you have no way of knowing what kind of problems you encounter. And so part of the process of meditation is to learn how to deal with these problems yourself. Right? So you know you're supposed to empty your mind. But can you?
No.
Why not? Do you know why not? You don't. Do you know why not? I look at all of you, I know that none of you truly understands why you can't empty your mind. Yet. I can look at all of you and say, no, you don't get it yet. I explain it to you, I say, you're supposed to empty your mind. I say, yes, how simple it is. Okay? I'm not teaching you to enjoy the sunset. I'm not teaching you to smell the roses. I'm not. I'm telling you very simple. Meditation, okay? You empty your mind. And Peter says, woof, meditation is so simple. I know everything I need to know already. For today, yes.
Yeah, but it's true. Yeah, okay.
So meditation, just like everything else, is learning how to become better at meditating. That's my personal perspective. I do it because I want to become better at it. I do it because I want to improve. If I don't improve, to me, it's death. It's getting stuck. So what Randy referred to earlier is the concept of meditation. You don't want to get stuck. Do you know you get stuck? When you get stuck or not? Not always. Okay? You don't always know you're stuck. You don't even know where you are. You know where you are right now? Most of you don't. If you don't know where you are, chances are that when you're stuck, you don't even know you're stuck. Okay? Or when you make progress, you don't even know you're making progress. Do you? So the instructions are simple, but they don't guarantee you success. They don't guarantee you. There's no promise.
So what's the role of the teacher then?
What's the role of teacher? For you to come and ask questions and to get answers. The teachers, meditation teachers, are the ones, the good teachers are the ones who are able to help you solve your problems.
What problem?
All kinds of problems.
Oh.
How? By being a very wise person. Because with concentration, power, you open your wisdom. You're able to understand how to solve problems. And that's the difference between Buddhist meditation or Chan, which is the top of the Buddhist meditation technology, if you will. Chan is by far the best. There is nothing higher, as far as I know. Nothing more advanced. There's nothing more accomplished. This is why when we teach meditation, we tell you flat out, this is Chan technology. It may not mean anything to you, but it tells everything about what we do. Eventually, okay? Eventually, you have to realize that Chan is by far the most advanced meditation training approach, meditation approach there is. And that's why that ties back to the point earlier is that if you want to go very high, you need to learn Chinese. Because there's a lot of Chinese teachings in Chinese that, especially in China, where you need to read it in Chinese. Okay? Because I tell you honestly, I'm not able to understand most of it in Chinese. I remember. Dùng miếng sâu trán sự, vĩnh minh thọ bộ thiền sự. This is an Indian monk who's very, very famous back then. Okay, and he's a very famous, accomplished Chan master. He's so famous. He is so advanced that people came to him to seek advices. Okay, seek to solve the problems. And he later was recognized as the patriarch in Finland school. Okay, that's he's accomplished on both sides. And what we have right now of his teachings is 3 volumes about this technique altogether in Chinese. Okay, that's all that's left of him, his teaching. 3 volumes. What he explained is, now remember, this is a Pure Land patriarch who came from the Chan school. Okay, he was an accomplished Chan master. He said, I'm not going to teach Chan, I'm going to teach Pure Land. That's very fascinating about that. Okay. And then he left behind 3 volumes right there. So after I thought I understood Chan, and after I read my Master Shenhua's Chan teachings and whatever I could find from him, and I started reading this Yung Ming Shou, Chan Shi. And I read 1 page. If you remember these kung fu movies, read 1 page and the white smoke came up on top of your head. Practically exactly how I saw myself. I said, oh my God. I could not understand. 80% of what I read in the first page in Chinese, I couldn't understand. I understood the words, but I couldn't understand the words put together.
That's the question.
Yes. It's 11 o'clock. Yes. Ask quickly. We need to go to lunch because it's English class. I mean Chinese class. Yes.
If I understood correctly, the master Lin Chi, Zen master Lin Chi,
yes.
during the Tang Dynasty, he explained about the meditation Chan. Is that when you see phenomena or the object, when you see the phenomena, and you look into your mind, that your mind is not being moved by the phenomena.
Yes.
That's the Chan.
That's Chan.
That's
Yeah.
Chan too.
That's Chan too.
That's a Lin Chi Chan practice.
Lin Chi.
Lin Chi Chan practice.
Yes.
Watching the objects and looking into your minds, not being moved by the object.
Right.
That's Lin Chi Chan.
I'm not sure what your Chinese really means, but
Lin Chi, the master Lin Chi.
Lin Qi,
Lin Chi.
Lin
said-
Ji or Lin Chi?
Lin Chi, Chi, Lin Chi.
Lin Chi.
Lin Chi.
Lin, the flower, right?
Lin, the forest, and
Lin.
Qi is like Shouxin Qi, just Qi.
Chu Qi.
Lin Qi.
Jimmy, do you know what Peter is talking about?
Lin Qi sex. Lin
Lin
Qi.
Qi.
Lin Qi.
Lin Ji. Okay. That's from our school, from my lineage. Yes, the Vietnamese lineage. Yes. The point here is that you go through the process. You may if you understand how to teach Chan, the instructions are very simplified. We don't tell you to chew 25 times when you eat. It's confusing. Okay? So the instruction has to be so simple that you just be clear in your head what you're supposed to be doing. Okay? But in doing so, you will find yourself unable to do what we ask you to do. You cannot empty your mind. And as you go through this process, you go through the training, you'll be taught, you'll be helped to understand how to empty your mind. Okay. Emptying of the mind has many, many levels, many gradations. At the course level, it's a different set of thoughts you need to undo. Then once you reach a level, there's a different second set of thoughts that you need to undo. It's very, very precise. Okay. If you analyze it from a scientific perspective, there is different types of thoughts that we empty. Okay. So the exercise of meditation is to help you go through that process and help you how to empty your mind, because it's more important to be able to empty your mind than to be able to understand how to empty your mind. There's two different sets of knowledge. And by definition, we can tell you the principles how to empty your mind. Okay? But you still can't do it. That is a knowledge of doing that cannot be written down in books. The knowledge of doing meditation is actually two kinds of knowledge. The knowledge that can be explained, meaning theoretical knowledge, okay, and the knowledge of execution. Okay, no differently than when you cook. You read from a cookbook, but when you cook, there's still a lot of nuances, a lot of things that only the accomplished cooks, accomplished chefs would know and recognize them. Okay? So from a student perspective, you can do it by reading a book and by exploring yourself, or you can learn directly from a chef, an accomplished chef, who can give you all kinds of shortcuts, help you get there quicker. That's what a teacher is supposed to do, help you get there quicker. Because we're all impatient, aren't we? We don't have time to waste. And it's still Olympics program for us to get back to. Alright, so that's one. Does it answer your question? You need guidance, you need help. Because what happens on the knowledge of doing is that it cannot be taught to you. It is situation dependent. Okay? And it varies from individual to individual. Okay? So the point to you is that the point made earlier is that what kinds of problems does the teacher help you solve? All kinds of problems. Because in order for you to progress, you must be able to resolve all sorts of problems. Okay? Any other questions? Any final question? So the point here is that as far as meditation goes, you have to do it. You have to actually physically do it. Actually physically meditate. You do some kind of meditation activities for you to be able to understand. The understanding of meditation comes from doing. And that's true understanding. You know how to do it. And you yourself know how beneficial it is. Okay? Similarly, you go to the gym. After a while, once you get a hang of it, you know how beneficial it is for you to meditate, to go to the gym. Because comes to mind a recent student of mine recently. I'm trying to get her to meditate for a few years now. I tell everyone, please meditate 1 hour a day. Okay? It is so important for you to meditate 1 hour a day. Learn to meditate, commit to meditation, to meditate 1 hour a day. Because that's your mental health. It is really, really so important for you to do that. It's so beneficial for you to do that. It's so critical for you to do that. If you don't, you're missing out so much. And she started committing to it recently, the past month or so, and I saw the change in her writing. My point to you is that unless you do, I tell you to do certain things, you have to do them. You have to trust my instructions, and you do them. My instructions are for your own good, not for my good. So if you do it, then you yourself know why it's so beneficial to do it. You have to take care of your mental health. And meditation is one of the most important, the most effective way to live longer. Okay? Slow down your death and define age. Okay? And finally, I feel that meditation will help you understand how to become happy. Okay? Happiness is a state of mind. Agreed? You're happy because it's up here. So meditation will help you become happy. That's the or more content. All right, let's stop here today and go to